Anyway, you said you're a writer, right?
Oh, yeah.
Camera.
Camera rolling.
Action.
So my name is Aidan Glassy. I'm the writer and producer of the short film Writer's Block. Writer's Block is a story about a woman named Isabel, who is a murder mystery writer who's really struggling. And she goes on a blind date with this guy named Christoph, who, as it turns out, is also really into murder mystery stuff, and they really hit it off. Unfortunately, he has to leave. She walks home alone in the dark, and she runs into him in the process of committing a murder.
Lying around like you have to.
Murder mystery, I mean.
But maybe you can be more like surprised because you're going to do all of this after, so you're like
Shooting a
what?
production during COVID is definitely very different. There's a lot more hurdles that you need to go through in terms of just getting your locations, getting your actors. Everybody needs to be tested and safe, and all the locations, you need extra permits from the city, from wherever you're getting your locations from. It's a lot more paperwork and a lot more pre-work that you need to do before you actually get there, which slowed things down. Once we actually got there, shooting wasn't that bad. We were really lucky to get a pretty smooth 2 production days. The biggest issue that we had, and you're gonna laugh, but it's quite serious, or it ended up being quite serious, was on the 3rd day, we were shooting in Toronto near the Eaton Centre, which should have been fine, but we were shooting from 7 p.m. to around 1:30 a.m. It was the night scene in the alleyway. And due to the COVID restrictions, because it was a Sunday too, everything was closed. The Eaton Centre closed at 8, all the restaurants in the area were closed, and public washrooms were closed from like 8 p.m. on. So we had about 6 hours of shooting where we had no easily available public washroom, which was not easy on the crew. We ended up hiking, me and my first AD ended up hiking for about 3 blocks until we found a filthy, disgusting porta potty on the side of the road. And that ended up being the only real washroom that any of us could use.
Action. Christoph? What are you doing? You're an actual serial killer. What? Oh my god, this is why you
No, I'm not a serial killer. I'm not a serial killer.
Well, you don't have to run that far. I mean,
Wanting to face this way.
Yeah, but we can go, we can shift over maybe like to here to give you more room, because the way you did it, there's no room to drag him, right? There's no room to bring him up to
So
the
you
car.
want me to be here and then just like this here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
Because he needs
Instead
to
of going
he
down
needs
and
to,
back.
He needs to lie here, not
Yeah.
like super close to the
All good.
The cast was amazing. I could not be more happy with the cast. Both actors really fell into their roles really well, and not just playing the roles, but understanding them and making them their own. They did an excellent job. Both Sarah and Dylan were excellent that way. Dylan is an Irish guy, and he kind of added a little bit of Irish delivery and slang to the dialogue, which worked really well. And Sarah just put an incredible amount of flair into the character of Isabel. Both of them had amazing facial acting in the close-ups. The emotions that they were supposed to be feeling were really clear on their face, and I think those really came through.
How can I get any better?
And Ralph, our dead body, playing Carl, getting wrestled around, he was a trooper as well.
Scene for A, take 2, marker.
Getting picked up and dropped and shoved in a trunk, he was excellent. The crew, for the most part, all of them did amazing jobs. We had a couple of little arguments here and there, especially on the 3rd day, because we were all pretty tired by then, and I think tensions were starting to rise. But nothing major, nothing that didn't get resolved. There's no bad blood at the end of the day. We're all pretty happy with each other. We got along as well as a film production crew can, I think.
action.